ZJ here, can I just chime in for a moment?
Please.
One of the things I've kind of noticed is that I think one of the things that helps us to understand the way that they're thinking about this is that they think that we think the way that they think. Like you mentioned earlier with evolution being interpreted as a system of morality, and this is something that I've had to clarify for people before. It's a description of reality. It's not prescriptive morality. That's a basic philosophical thing. It's is and ought. You know, you can't get there from here. You just have to try and make people understand that. But the thing is, it seems that these people have to sort of view everything through the lens of religion. They're religious, so they view everything else as a kind of religion. And the same way that they think, like, if they don't want something to be true, if it would be bad, if they think it would be bad, then they won't believe it, then they must think that we operate in the same way, that we only believe what we want to be true, and we don't. That's not how we think. We face up to inconvenient facts, and we don't work like that. We don't just ignore something because we don't want it to be true. And so, yeah, I think a large part of the disconnect there is that they think that we're operating in the same way as they are, and they view everything in that light, and we're just not.
That's an excellent point. Well,
Deborah?
Jeffrey, yes. Go ahead. Who's this?
This is Joe.
Oh, Joe, thanks.
Yes,
okay.
I just had a quick comment. I think that one reason why a lot of clergy and a whole lot of individual religious people are against the idea of evolution, or at least don't believe in it, is because it represents change, and just vague general change. And a lot of change has happened in Christianity over the years that has caused a lot of nervousness among Christians and clergy, the churches themselves, because whenever there's a significant change in the makeup or the attitude of Christianity, there's often a schism in their churches. And so there was a Protestant Reformation, and then there were more schisms, and now we have thousands of denominations, and I believe that one reason why fundamentalist Christians do not want evolution to be true is because it means that everything can change, and if that means their churches can change, then they don't have such a permanent, chiseled in stone future with their religion, and that one day their own church might split apart, a la Nate Phelps of God Hates Fags, that church in Kansas. I mean, he's blowing the whistle, but it really shows clearly that any church can break apart, and that scares them.
It's actually a good point. You know, that thing that I grew up in, when they split and changed their doctrine after the head of it, his name is Herbert W. Armstrong. It was Worldwide Church of God. We were in kind of a crazy pocket of it where I grew up. But I tell you what, when he died and they started changing the doctrines, people are still having trouble with that. 20 years later.